Hello. I'm gonna be a douchebag and read it off my phone. Because I can't open the package and I won't open the package. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Jeff. So Jeff published this poem about 3 years ago, and it's actually one of the first poems I wrote when I moved here. And I haven't looked at it in a long time, and it's weird because it's a weird-ass poem. It's about clowns. And I don't remember why that is, but we're going to do it. It's going to be great. Also, something that you should know is it starts in a fictionalized scene. I am sitting, or imagine, if you will, I'm sitting at a table, drinking and playing cards with a bunch of fucking clowns. The poem's called Late Dinner with Clowns. Three kinds of people. One that laughs with you, one that laughs at you, one that does not know you. I know you wonder what that goes to. You are my friends at round tables, powdered faces, sweating fingers, red noses, rainbow wigs pinned onto a hairnet, cigarette smell, stain melted into nylon strands, taped wrists under ruffled cuffs, caked pits, cotton undergarments, spit shine watch, curvature of chin. 4 suits, 4 absurdities, spades, hearts, clubs, and diamonds, death, love, reputation, and riches. Mistaken for an evil man with the children, mistaken for cartoon man, disappear behind the curtain. I know you, Mr. Blank, by the dwindling lamp, by the fireplace, holding a bulb of wine, crumbs of cheesecake floating on your polka dot collar. These imperfections, this pink room vodka myth, a negligible stereo of 2 eyes, 2 ears, sockets, memory. Wander with me. You've been out this way? The rest of you, been out this way? Blue wig, makeup whiter than your teeth. Now your steak knife falls to the floor. Jack of clubs, that's the knave of clubs. Kicked further under the table. Negligible spirits. Cookies on the kitchenette counter. Jar of raisins. Pizzelles from Boardwalk, puzzles, trapeze postcards, crowded dressing room, tiny endangered animals, Mary on a medallion, scaly old neck, tan neck, bike horn, little car, painted magenta, orange, and cyan, headstands and water tricks, blazers and glasses and huge seltzer bottles, fake birds and lunch with magician who looks through the face, bobcat tails, free sample cereal, at least 3 for 1 good helping of breakfast. Curtains only smell when the daylight leaks through them. I wish there was 2 more of you so we could have a proper picture we could invite. We think, there's the man when the beard comes off, holding his chest out proudly like a suitcase, leather handle, good fortune smile, chapped lips, the smell of skunk beer and garlic and oil from the chicken spawned in the skillet last night. Forget this shower. The marionette strings hanging over fake marble counter, red cape and underwear, lifestyle pamphlets on depression, hemorrhoids, CPR. Trapeze swinger's scarf still holds her smell, her sickness of fine wine, red fungus ring around the sink drain, real hair, fake hair, knotted together like a short dick in the rust hole. Her breasts were so white, nickel-sized nipples painted with practiced hand. Her body held together by the tight bonds she balances on. Her drunk smile curves softly like her breasts, taped down and chalked with her calloused hands. Her bad breath. I imagine her tin of mints set on her nightstand, red digital numbers reflecting off the doll box. A tiny toy piano jingles on the toilet top. Ting, 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 ting. She kisses sloppily. Her hair tucked behind her neck, her small, indiscriminate hands grabbing at pillowy crotch. Moonlight can cut through the rows of green wine bottles standing shoulder to shoulder, blades to her trailer window. What kind of love was there? None, you say, and move me to Salt. She moved to Darlington. Mistaken for a stranger after a birthday, you were attached to the circus at a young age. The rest of you? Ah, there, that elephant knows how to annoy you. But weren't you the clown I saw puking gin behind the portable toilet? Yes, you and this one, hobo monotonous, were laughing about conscription and asking mothers if they ever had sex in a tiny car. Ha ha. Hold their hair up. The cars are hot, colorful boxes. When I was 5 years old, I won a pizza party with a clown man who could not have had a set of eyes behind his white and red smile. I refused to look at them. His name escapes me, these deranged cartoon smiles, Orange Pop, Pizza Joe, or Lemony Jack, my soft shoulders inside corduroy. My mother brought a camera. I smell sweat. What does it mean, Mommy? Get thee to a nunnery. Where is your toe in these red shoes? No shit, where you lost a toe? I fold my hand. Tripjacks, spades, hearts, clubs, because I want to. The blue and white cards facing me he holds in his fat fingers across the table. A copied illustration. Cherub on a bicycle pushing to me through imperceptive white filigree. Its insect wings are stuck against the flatness. All drawings are full of tightness. Back to back, paper on paper, paint your face and break out in pimples. Rosy cheeks, are you embarrassed or about to laugh? About to laugh at me? Well, I don't have any jokes. There was an Englishman, a Scotsman, and a Chinaman. There was a priest, a rabbi, and a nun. There was an Italian, a Jew, and a black guy. Okay, so one morning this drunk guy is walking down the street, and an officer sees him, and he goes, "Hey buddy, you look pretty tipsy. You should go get a cup of coffee." And the drunk guy goes, "Oh my God, officer, I'm so glad I saw you. Someone stole my car." And the officer goes, "Okay, well when was the last time you saw it?" And the drunk guy takes out his key and he goes, "Right on the end of this key." And the officer says, "Okay, well go and report it. And by the way, your fly's down." The drunk guy looks down and he goes, "Oh, they got my girl too." There was no more laughing. I stopped and turned around in the kitchen. I had the rum in my hand and I heard a voice leak from where they were sitting. They were sneaking behind their smoke and snickers at me, and they were too sane. Wearing their makeup and their fright, frown concealed in permanent delight. I don't know if it scares me anymore, drunk and entertaining no more. Everyone laughs and imagines costumes, their muscular fingers tugging a bow tie too tight. You know, I used to be an actor. They told me to make them laugh. Thank you.
Give one more round for Chris Carosi. And now I'm gonna bring to the stage somebody I do know, and this would be Paul Corman-Roberts, and most people here would know Paul Corman-Roberts. And what you might not know, that he likes beer, and everybody heard the inside joke that he spelled beer on my boots, so it's getting old. And here he is, Paul Corman-Roberts, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just going to do two pieces, but not quite like I normally do them. The first piece I'm going to read, those of you who have seen me have heard this dozens and dozens of times, so please humor me for the folks, but it's one of my favorite poems, and Jeff was the first one to publish it, so thank you so much, Jeff, for finally publishing this poem that I've been trying to get out for so long. But this is called The Ninth. And I wish that had to do with the ninth inning of a baseball. I'm really stoked that baseball season is coming, but it has nothing to do with baseball. But it'll be apparent at the end. It's called The Ninth. there's a feeling, a sensation or a feeling that some of you creative types, that maybe some of you writer types. Are there any writers here tonight? Are there any sensation some of you writers might be familiar with, when just a pinch of words gnaws at your bosom, keeping you awake, and that gnawing starts to push its way up your esophagus, and then swells to encompass your heart, and then spills over your shoulders, flows down your arms, through your wrists, onto a blank page of paper in 10 minutes or less at 2 a.m. in the morning. And when it's done, it's almost epic. It's an almost perfect poem that you've written, so almost perfect that it requires only 2 edits. And then you think, no, those 2 edits aren't necessary. This is a perfect poem. Such a perfect poem, it's like it wasn't even you who wrote it. And so you decide to take your perfect poem and turn it loose into the world to see how far it can fly. And then your perfect poem quickly makes the final round of an esteemed local literary magazine's poetry contest. Your perfectly crafted poem quickly makes the final round of an esteemed local poetry slam. Your perfectly crafted poem quickly garners you an orgasm with the most beautiful person, with the most beautiful genitalia you could possibly hope to share an orgasm with. That feeling, that warm, wonderful feeling, is not the feeling I'm talking about. I am talking about the feeling that comes the day after, when the most beautiful person with the most beautiful genitalia has gone back to their life. When the esteemed local poetry slam is looking for a new champ, and the esteemed local literary magazine has a new deadline, and you and your perfectly crafted poem are together, alone, with all that blank space on all those pieces of paper that follow after that poem. That feeling is what God felt on the 8th day, and why war was created on the 9th. Thank you. Hannah, are you ready to come up, sweetie? My daughter's going to help me out with this next poem. Okay. Are you okay? And again, thank you so much, Jeff. This is called Teeth. In the midst of a furious fog storm, I leave nearly half of my face all over Hawk Hill Road, distributed generously between the handlebars of my one-speed roadster, and no one around for miles. Half of an identity, strewn about a lonely country road, and you never realized how much teeth look just like little white rocks sitting on asphalt between falling particles of mist. It is a lesson. One can never be stronger than the ground they inhabit. This lesson is taught at every street corner. That has always been our lesson in the summer, simply to remind us there is no escape for our entitlements and delusions, lit lightly upon an obelisk promontory overlooking waves, misty physics overhead, beneath a great canopy, a perilous perch, a fragile foothold.
Ring around the rosy.
And should it all crumble away, pride from millennia of mineral layers,
Pocket full of posy.
we crashing down with it beneath the fog.
Ashes, ashes.
In that moment, we will all don an extreme awareness.
We all fall down.
An extreme awareness for how warm, fat, and happy we are in that moment when we become our niche and realize just how much teeth look like rocks sitting on the asphalt of a lonely country road. Thank you. And thank you to my daughter, Hannah.